Okay, so converting parts of numbers to percentages. Okay, so we have a question here. A man earns £200 and saves £20. What percentage does he save? Now, what we need to understand first off is if he earns £200 and he saves 20, then he's saving 20 of the £200. Okay, so this line in the fraction means of the. Okay, if we take half, this is one of the two parts. If we have 3/4, that's 3 of the 4 parts. Okay, so because we know that, we can write this as a fraction. Now, as soon as it says what percentage, we multiply by 100 over 1. Okay, so we've now got this calculation to do. Now, we know that when we cancel fractions, we can cancel top to bottom. We can find a number that divides into the top, that divides into the bottom, and we can cancel it. Now, what you may not know is that if we have a fraction, okay, so we have a number here, multiplied by a number here over a number here, we can cancel this way as we would normally do, but we can also cancel diagonally. Okay, the only way we can't cancel is horizontally. Okay, so knowing this, I know that 100 has 2 zeros, so I can take those off and also take these 2 zeros off. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm dividing this by 100. So 100 into 100 goes once, 100 into 200 goes twice. Okay, now I also know that 2 will go into 2 and 20. So 2 into 2 goes once, and 2 into 20 goes 10. Okay, so now when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. So 10 times 1 is 10, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, now anything over 1 is itself. Okay, 7 over 1 is 7. 23 over 1 is 23. 146 over 1 is 146. So 10 over 1 is 10. Now what we've done by multiplying by 100 over 1 is we've turned that into a percentage. Okay, so what he saved as a percentage is 10% of his wages. Okay, so let's change the numbers here. Okay, and we'll say that he earns £400, and let's say that he saves £20 again from his money. Okay, so he's saving 20 of the 400. So this is 20 of the 400, and because it's a percentage, we multiply by 100 over 1. Okay, so whenever you see what as a percentage or what percentage, you multiply by 100 over 1. Okay, Now if we can cancel, then we do cancel, because it saves time. I could multiply straight across, but then cancelling at the end could be a pain. So I take the sting out of the tail by cancelling here if I can. Now again, I have 2 zeros here and 2 zeros here, so I'm cancelling diagonally. Okay, I know 4 goes into 4, and I know 4 goes into 20. So 4's into 4 goes once, 4's into 20 goes 5. So now I multiply across. So 5 times 1 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1. So anything over 1 is itself, so that's 5%. Okay, so I'll do another one so that we get the feel for this. And I know it seems a bit fiddly, but it's something that examiners like to see. Okay, so let's say he earns £360, okay, and he saves £24. So what percentage does he save? Now he saves 24 of the £360, and because we want to know a percentage, it's multiplied by 100 over 1. Now this is a good example. If I was to multiply here across, I'd end up with 2,400 being divided by 360. Now I don't know about you, but I don't know my 360 times table, so it's a lot easier to cancel here. Okay. Now I have a 0 here, and I can lose a 0 here. Okay, what I've done is I've divided by 10 and I've divided by 10, and I've cancelled diagonally. Now I look at the numbers, so 24 and 36, and also 36 and 10. So I'm looking for a connection. Excuse me. I'm looking for a connection. Now I know that 12 will go into both of these numbers, but let's assume that I don't. Okay, I know they're both even numbers. So 2's into 24 goes 12. 2's into 36 goes 18. Okay, now you can do this by doing a little sum in the corner. Now if you remember my 3 trick, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 8 is 9, 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 9, so 3 will go into both of these numbers. So 3's into 12 goes 4, 3's into 18 goes 6. Okay, now I've got 4 and 6. I know both of those can be divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, so we've got 2 over 3 multiplied by 10 over 1. So there's no connection now, except the 2 and the 10, but that's running horizontally and we can't cancel that way. Okay, so now I just multiply across. So 2 times 10 is 20. 3 times 1 is 3. Now if you remember when we were dealing with cancelling fractions, this is what we call the top heavy fraction, or an improper fraction. So I know that this number is much greater than this, so this must be bigger than 1. Okay, so I just divide 3 into 20. Now 3 into 20 goes 6, so 3 6s are 18, leaving me 2 left over. So that leaves me 2 of the thirds. It's always whatever's remainder over this number, and that will be a percentage. Okay, so that's 6 2/3%. Now you could, if you wanted to, turn this into a decimal, but examiners are quite happy with that left as a fraction. Okay, if you convert this, you'll actually get 6.666666 recurring percent. So you don't do yourselves any favours by converting this particular fraction. So I hope this helps. If you need to, come back to it, rewatch it, stop at any point if you're not sure, and go back again to see what I've done. Okay, but again, every time I make a video I'll probably say this, but it is practice. Okay, so work on your worksheet and then just keep doing them